and today I'm going to be going through a bunch of hip mobility exercises with you guys so that we can get those hips not only loose but strong as well, and so that we can work through a greater range of motion, because our hips are so important for everything we do. Whether that's walking, squatting, sitting on the toilet, you need your hips to be mobile, so let's make sure that we're stretching and strengthening them. We're going to start with the ones that are a little bit easier and then move into some harder exercises later on. So first, we're going to get into a nice athletic stance, and we're going to do some knee drives. So you're going to go up and down, so hip flexion, and you want to pause at the top, and what you want to do is try and get your hip up to 90 degrees or above. So hold, down, and hold, and down. You're going to do both sides. You can do probably about 10 each side. You can repeat that 2 to 3 times. Then we're going to go into some hip external rotations. You see people do this when they're warming up. Go out, up and over. You can see people sometimes doing it over hurdles. You're going to do as high as you can, but you're going to aim to get your knee above your hip crease. And again, 10 or so each side is good. Then we're going to move into good morning. So this is a hip hinge movement. So you can see here, I'm going to put my hands on my head and my hips go back and up. But you don't want to come all the way forwards at the top. You just want to go to neutral. Hips back and up. Back and up. And if you're not sure if you're doing this one right, you can take something like a broom and you're going to hold it behind your back. And what you want to do is have 3 points of contact at your head, your mid-back, and your tailbone. And you're going to try and keep those contact points while you go through the movement. Like so. We're going to move into some mountain climbers. So you can do this with your hands raised or on the ground. So hands raised will show like this. This one makes it a bit easier when your hands are raised. And again, you're going to flex your hip and bring it down, other leg. And you want to try and keep your body stable. So I don't want to see any of this, any of this. Try and keep a straight line, knees up. And you want, again, to get that knee past the 90-degree mark. If it's easy for you, you can try and get your knee to your elbow. You can also go across your body. Or you can do it on the floor. Again, each side. Next, we're going to move into what I call dog rainbows. So you can do this with your legs straight or bent. So starting bent, you're going to go back and around. Back and around. And then you can do it with your legs straight. Or if that's hard, sometimes you can go knee bent and then straighten it and then back around. Then we're going to go into what we call a 90-90 exercise. So this one's on your bum. You're going to go into 90-90, so it's 90 degrees here and here. And you try and open your hips up like so. And you're going to try and lift the one leg as far as you can before lifting the other leg. So you see my right leg starts before I lift the other leg up. And then we're going to move into a bit of a butt stretch. So this one can be done sitting or laying down. You're going to make a little 4. And sitting is actually harder than laying down because you can really push yourself into your leg. So you're trying to get your chest into your leg. Now laying down, that can look like this, pushing like this, or you can pick this leg up and pull it towards your chest. We can go into supine hip flexion. So you can raise one leg and the other leg, or you can even hold the stretch. So whether that's holding it here, you can use a band, you can get someone to help you, and make sure you're doing both legs. You can also go here with your leg bent if keeping your leg straight is too hard. So again, with your leg bent, and even then you can work on straightening your leg from the bent position. Pelvic rocks, which means Then we're gonna go this way. You're going to go into little frog. You move forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards, like so. Then we're going to practice our squats. So first, we're going to do what I call a bottom-up squat, which means that you're gonna put your hands down, and you're gonna go down, try and lift that chest up, and then stand back up. And down, lift your chest up, and stand back up. But you're keeping your hands down, and if it's too hard for you to do with your hands on the ground, you can put your hands on a stool, on a ball, something here, and you would go do the same thing as far as you can go. And you want to make sure your knees are going out over your toes, like that. And you want to keep your chest proud when you go into the squat position. Then from there, in a squat position, we'll do a bit of internal rotation. So you touch each knee down into the middle, or we do what we call like a stanky leg squat. So you go down and you're just pushing one hip out. And do the other leg. And then we can also do what I call an armpit check squat. So you put your hands down and you're gonna check out one side and check out the other side. Another option is the crane one. So you're going to come in and push out with your elbows, in and push out, like that. And then from here, you can reach forwards and reach up, and reach forwards and reach up, and reach forwards and reach up. And those are our squat variations. Now we're gonna go into some lunge variations to stretch out our hips. So we'll start with a lunge just with our legs straight. You can put your hands on your knees. You're gonna just go as far as you can here. And that's gonna stretch out your hip. And from here, you can put your hands up or one hand up. You're just aiming to stretch the front part of your hip there. And again, you're gonna do these on both legs. And from here, you can drop your knee down. And again, we'll just go to 90-90. And you can push your hips forwards or just tuck your pelvis under. And again, we can stretch sideways. Whatever feels good for you, and you wanna feel that in the front of your hip. So again, you can move your foot forward, get a full stretch, or you can just tuck under and you'll feel the stretch as well. From here, knee back, knee raised, we can put our hands down, or we can put our elbows down if you can go with your elbows down. Lastly, we're gonna lunge and we're going to grab our back foot. Now this one is the most difficult, so only do that one if you're very comfortable. Those are our hip mobility exercises for today. I hope you guys enjoyed.